Warning, this video contains graphic violence and should not be viewed by anyone under 18. This is for entertainment purposes only, and I mean, come on, it's horror movies. The deaths are the best part. Please enjoy.
Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Nosferatu, your friendly neighborhood Mexican film critic. But today what I wanted to talk about, I had it planned for a couple weeks, but did some other stuff in between. But I thought it would be interesting to go through what I think is the worst horror franchises to die in. Let's get into it. Alright, so worst horror movie franchises to die in. I kind of have three levels. The first level is, it's gonna suck, but it's gonna be over fairly quick. This isn't to distract or detract from any fear or imposingness of the icons. Just more of, like I said, they get you done and over with, move on to the next one.
Well, this sucks.
Tier 2 is going to be, alright, this is going to suck a little more because you're going to be more aware, it lasts a little longer. Still going to be terrible.
Suck!
And then the final tier is, you're completely fucked. You're fucked here, you're fucked there, you're fucked everywhere, fucked in the afterlife, all that. Dunzo. The ones you don't want to be in, for sure.
This sucks more than anything that has ever sucked before.
So I do have a couple listed down. I even did some research and got a couple of the top kills from them. Some are actually kind of hard to really find ones that stick out. But for the starters of Tier 1, and these are ones that would suck, but they're going to be over fairly quickly. And I guess let's start with the biggest, baddest of them all, who has the highest body count, and that will be Jason Voorhees. Not saying he's not scary, not saying he isn't going to destroy you, but he's typically like a one and done. He normally, anything he can stab you with, he can bend you up, fold you up, hit you with the machete in the face, stab you with shit. I'm not saying it's not going to suck, and some of his more memorable kills, actually, for one, the sleeping bag, which, he grabs the girl by the sleeping bag, bangs her up against a tree. And they were supposed to do that more than once, but they had to edit it down to just one time so it didn't get an X rating when it came out. Also in Freddy vs. Jason, when the folds the boyfriend up backwards, heels to his head, man, that one's pretty gnarly too. And I also will give a shout out to the one from Jason X with the liquid nitrogen, when he shoves that lady's face in there, pulls it out, bang, smashes that shit open. Chef's kiss. I'm not saying these wouldn't suck, like I said, not to detract from the terror that these killers exude, but you're gonna be just stabbed, left dead, on to the next one.
Oh man, that's brutal.
Speaking of stabbed, on to the next one, Michael Myers. The embodiment of evil, pure evil child, killed his family, and like I said, it's scary. I don't want to have to fight him, but he mainly just uses a knife for the most of the part. There's a few other kills in theirs. He does stab someone with a shotgun instead of actually using it. He boils a nurse alive, I believe, which is pretty wild. And boiling would suck. Any type of burn, absolutely terrible.
Not a fan.
Stabbing people to a wall, that totally sucks. But like I said, he's one of those that you get stabbed, cut, you're dead. He's not trying to play with you, he's trying to kill you.
I'm gonna straight up murder your ass.
I will say he does have one of the most brutal stabs in... I mean, don't get me wrong, the Rob Zombie Halloween movies, they're not so much praised as a lot of the others, but the nurse getting stabbed in the back, dude, so vicious, just over and over and over and over. Super violent, still would totally suck. It's just something you don't want to go through, but like I said, he's not going to spend his time and play with you. He's there to murder you and then leave.
Brutal.
As for another one that kind of does play with you, and I actually kind of had a hard time trying to find kills that stand out, but Ghostface. That guy right there. There's been tons of Ghostfaces through the entire Scream franchise, but for the most part, he just uses a knife. Yeah, they play some games. Some of the ones that do stick out, the girl in the first one who tries to leave through the garage door. That one's interesting. He didn't use a knife there, but it was still over fairly quickly. Well, I kind of mainly know more about the scary movie Screams than the Screams, but the glory hole one where Ray's like, tickle, tickle, tickle. No, it gets stabbed through there, stabs her girlfriend in the middle of the theater. A couple, like a gas explode. I believe there's a gas explosion in there as well. Like I said, Ghostface would be scary, and it's more of a, commentary on horror movies, so, you know, it's very self-aware and meta. That's kind of their whole shtick. But yeah, you know, Ghostface, I'd rather have him stab me any day of the week than some of the other people on this list.
It's not that bad.
And for one of my final ones, who's kind of a transition into the second tier, I'm gonna go with Chucky. Absolutely love Chucky. Scared the shit out of me when I was little. I got left in front of Child's Play 2 when I was way too young, and scared me from dolls for like 7 years.
Scared?
No, he's one of my favorites. He's hilarious. Got a bunch of quips. Evil little bastard. Dirty evil little bastard. So that's why he's kind of one of the transitions into the next one, because yeah, he does a lot of stabbing, but he uses what he can. There's like a piano wire decapitation from Seed of Chucky. And then what's actually beautiful about that is as the guy's head's severed and spurting blood, him and Tiffany have a nice little romantic moment. Also, another great fucking kill from him, and I will stick by this. Bride of Chucky is one of my favorites from the franchise. It's just super fucking cool. It's got a lot of style. It's just like gothy and fucking dark, but also very funny. It's a perfect blend of the new era of Chucky movies. But dude, the police chief with the fucking nails, pow! Because he wants to just stab the guy, and then Tiffany's like,
Were you born with that knife super glued onto your hand or what?
What are you talking about?
For God's sake, Chucky, drag yourself into the 90s. Stabbings went out with Bundy and Dahmer. You look like Martha Stewart with that thing.
even though Dahmer never really stabbed anyone, he did cut someone's throat, but he strangled them. I know my serial killers. But yeah, dude, the fucking nail kill is beautiful. And what's funny is when he looks at the dude with all the nails in his face and he says like,
Why does that look so familiar?
I do love his little meta commentary on shit as well. Like even in Seed of Chucky, when he cuts a hole through a door with an axe and puts his head through, and just, I can't think of a single thing to say right now. Like, you do the Here's Johnny, man. And just for 2 more of his that I think are pretty awesome. In the very first Child's Play, the voodoo doll with that John guy who just breaks his fucking arms and stabs him. And like, why do you have a voodoo doll of yourself? Who has a voodoo doll of themselves?
It's pretty stupid.
You're just asking for someone to accidentally step on that or something. And that one's super brutal. And the other one that kind of stuck out to me when I was a child is the teacher in Child's Play 2, where he hits her with that little bike pump or whatever, and then you just see the freaking yardstick. Whap, whap, whap. Just freaking beating the shit out of her, man. Evil little bastard. So for tier 1, like I said, these are gonna suck, but you're gonna be pretty done and over with.
At least we'll die quick.
For my tier 2, these ones gonna suck a little bit more. I only have about 3 here. The last one is a good transition into tier 3. But I am going to actually throw in the Firefly family from the House of a Thousand Corpses franchise, because they are sadistic monsters who just torture people. Like him having those girls tied up and doing the total black, man, like they're gonna fuck with you a while. They're gonna make sure you're uncomfortable. And if you don't believe me, behold, Fish Boy. Yeah, the way they torture freaking Rainn Wilson, I think his name's Rainn Wilson. Was it Brick House's plane, just cutting him up, chopping his arm off, and then they stitch him to a freaking fish body? Like, I would love a figure of Fish Boy. I really would. Just for me and my own personal disgustingness.
Make it happen.
But yeah, I think the Fire family deserves to be on there. They're always cutting faces off and just torturing the fuck out of people. Hell, I had my Dr. Satan shirt. Dr. Satan has homie split down there with his brain cut open. He's still alive and twitching and everything's covered in blood and red and absolutely disgusting, terrible people. That's why they kind of go on my tier 2 of, yeah, this is going to suck a little bit more.
Your skis are gonna cross, gonna have a bad time.
And for my next one, the reason, yes, he may use the same weapon, but it's his weapon of choice that makes it so much more shitty. And that's fucking Leatherface. It's a goddamn chainsaw. It's a chainsaw. Enough said. Even if he is just gonna kill you, you're gonna feel just getting sharp metal teeth ripped through whatever it wants to do. You know why? Because it's a chainsaw. It's gonna rip through whatever it wants. Bone, flesh, hair, your ego. I'm sure he's cut down so many people's ego, man. He has a couple fucking great ones on there too, dude. Like the 2003 Michael Bay kind of reboot of the franchise, which I think is actually really good. I mean, it's not the original, but it's a perfect fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. And whenever her and her friend are in the van waiting, and you know he gets one in the back that starts to run away, but then when the main girl looks back and he's wearing her boyfriend's face, like, it's just so spooky, dude. It's super dark. Ooh, one of my favorite deaths. It's not even that great of a Leatherface movie, but I think it was one of the newer ones on Netflix. But there's a bus full of like Gen Z influencers, and he comes on there and they're like, "You're gonna get canceled, buddy. Fuck your cancel culture. I'm gonna destroy every single one of you with my motherfucking chainsaw." And he did. It's exactly what he did. It made all of us happy. And screw social justice warriors, because you're doing nothing for society other than patting yourself on the back for being a good boy. But yeah, awesome, absolutely great. Even in I think there was I think it was just called Leatherface. There's another good scene in there towards the end when this dude is like hanging above a grinder, like a huge meat grinder. He just chops his fucking hands off and totally fucking destroys them, dude. Absolutely awesome.
Oh, okay. That was nasty.
And for my last one, for tier 2, which will bleed into my final tier, I'm going with Freddy Krueger. And that's because it's pure terror. Some of them are pretty simple, you know, prime time. Yeah, you're gonna be scared. It deals on terror and fear. So yeah, prime time, bitch. Boom, you're shocked, you're dead, you're done. He may turn you into a pizza and eat you. That sucks. But he does have some fucking insane fucking kills that totally suck. The first one that kind of sticks in my mind is the girl she's being ragdolled up on the roof, man, just getting slashed and torn, and it looks so incredibly violent and terrifying. Just imagine being you can't, man. Like, it's hard enough imagining being murdered, but being murdered upside down, floating around on top of a ceiling, like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Die? You're gonna die.
You're gonna die.
A couple other great Freddy Krueger deaths as well. There's one where he turns some dude into a fucking fleshy motorcycle and then crashes it into a fucking truck. And that one's just fucking hard to watch too. Another one I think would be super torturous is he turns like this lady into like a cockroach or something, man. Her arms are falling down and she starts growing shit out of her skin, and oh man, Freddy Krueger will fuck you up for a while. And for one of my last ones that really stick out to me for a crazy ass Freddy Krueger kill is the Puppet Master one, where he slices that dude's tendons open on his arm and then just pulls him to the freaking thing, cuts it, makes him throw himself off. Woo! So yeah, Freddy Krueger is a perfect transition into my final tier.
But wait, it gets worse.
Which is, you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked. You're gonna be fucked the entire time. You may even be fucked up past the time. If you survive, you're fucked. There's no coming around. There's nothing good from these. And if you can get, you're probably gonna guess them, but the first one in this is Art the Clown. You know why? Because killing is his art as a clown. He's not gonna Michael Myers you, stab, you're done. No, he's gonna take his sweet ass time. And that's why he is such an iconic character, because the gore and violence in there is the spectacle of it. You don't even have to, like, each movie has like one big murder. Mostly, yeah, you're gonna get heads sawn off and there's crazy shit in there. But like in the first movie, it is the lady being sawed upside down in half, which is wild. That's like the only movie that actually has nudity in it. But yeah, that's a super intense freaking death. But like I said, Art the Clown takes his time torturing you, which I still believe this next kill scene is the best in the whole franchise. I haven't seen another movie top it. And that's in Terrifier 2 with the bedroom salt scene. And this poor girl does not deserve the carnage she got. He destroys this lady so bad, man. He just comes in, starts slicing her up, fucking slicing her back, pulling that shit out, cuts down her eyeball, rips part of her face off. Then when he has her on the bed, he grabs her arm, and you think he's gonna like bite it, but no, he takes one arm, bends and breaks it backwards, pulls that shit off, takes the other arm, grabs it by the fingers, splits it down the fucking middle, man. Woo! This poor girl is screaming her bloody head off, and then she's trying to crawl to get to the phone or something, and this motherfucker leaves, comes back with salt and bleach, starts just throwing salt all over, rubbing it in the back wounds, and woo, having the time of his life. Grand old time for a little Art the Clown there, and then starts pouring bleach on all of her fucking wounds, and then pulls part of her shredded face off. And you're like, this is like a 5-minute scene. This is the most brutal thing I've ever fucking seen. And then later in the movie, a little after, the mom comes home, goes upstairs, sees the worst possible thing you can. And this poor woman is eviscerated. She's just chunks of meat and bones. And what's even worse, other than Art the Clown sitting there just going, hey, buddy, is you hear her still say, Mom? Because she's still alive. How are you still alive after that? That's insane.
I gotta throw up.
The third one did try to top that kill, and I think there's still some good ones in there. The Santa one, where he uses liquid nitrogen to freeze his hand and his feet and starts breaking them apart with hammers. And then he freezes his face, busts that apart, pulls the beard off, and shoves a freaking carrot in the nose. And then there's also the ending kill with the mom and the rats. And he has her tied up, gets this glass tubing, hammers it down her throat, and then starts shoving rats in there with a blowtorch so they go. And then as the rats are inside of her throat and face, cuts the neck open, lets all the rats come out. Fucking insane. So yeah, I think Art the Clown is way more torturous than any of the past people I have mentioned.
Ah, that's pretty hardcore. Jeez.
Except for the next one. And this isn't so much a main killer, but Jigsaw. The Jigsaw movies, the traps themselves, destroyed. You're destroyed. Even the people that get out are not the same. Most of them come back to help Jigsaw fuck other people up. And just off the top of my head, a few of the worst ones to experience, the needle pit from Saw 2, when he just throws her down in there and she's got to go through all these hypodermic needles. It seems so painful. You can just feel it, like you just want to help her out, man.
It's like super unsanitary.
Ooh, also the pound of flesh, the one where that black lady and the fat dude and whoever puts the most human flesh in gets released. And so he's like, I'm not losing to you, skinny bitch. Starts cutting chunks of his fat off, and then she's chopping at her arm, but sees how much he's putting in. So she chops off the freaking more. Oh, bro. Fuck being in that world, man. That would totally suck. And some don't even deserve it. Some do. And I think one of the more painful ones to actually watch, which they're all painful. There's not like a good Saw trap to be in. But in Saw 3, when he finally comes into the dude who like ran over his daughter, and it's the rack with the black guy in it, and his hands are drilled. He's stuck in this metal thing that starts twisting each of his fucking limbs. His arm bends, pop, snap, 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 other arm, snap, snap. His feet going opposite directions, and then his head, like, the amount of pain and torture you go. I'm surprised you don't just pass out from that, dude. It's fucking insane. Even some of the simpler ones are just as crazy, like the glass razor box when she goes to get the antidote, but now you can't pull your hand out because these metal blades have stopped you from. It's like when you put your finger down a straw hole and you can't get it out, you're fucked.
I'm in a terrible predicament!
Absolutely insane. I will say the Saw X had a crazy ass one too, where she had to use a Garrett wire to sever her fucking leg and then use a needle with the hose to draw bone marrow out of it. Just kill me, man. Whatever. I'll get my neck cut off or something. I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna die. I don't have the constitution for that at all.
He's bitch made.
And then for my last one, simple as pie, Hellraiser, Pinhead. I don't even gotta name it. It's just Pinhead. Hooks, chains, bondage, torture, torture, torture. And then at the very end, even after you're tortured for all this, you go to hell and be tortured forever, which is their pleasure, which your pain is more pleasure to them for being tortured for your pain, which is pleasure. What the fuck? Can't mess with Hellraiser, man. Pinhead is king just because he not only eviscerates your life, he eviscerates your afterlife.
I am the way.
And that is what I think is the absolutely worst horror film franchise to die in. Feel free to argue with me. I'm sure I missed a lot of stuff. I didn't cover everybody. There's still like Leprechaun, Candyman, all that. These were just some I thought off the top of my head, and they progressively got worse. But I did want to do this. If you guys did like it, please like and subscribe. Just keep looking forward to, I'm always doing shorts every week. I try to keep content out. But if you're still watching this, I do appreciate you guys. I love you, and peace out. Love you guys, and you guys have a blessed night.
Demons to some, angels to others.